How are we doing this morning?
Morning, teacher.
Morning, Pum.
Good morning.
Morning, Jasmine.
Hello.
So,
Good morning.
hello. So today we're doing mathematics in the morning, nice early morning. So our brain is nice and fresh, and we can do a lot of good problem solving. We can do a lot of good problem solving. We'll start today with a new subject or a new topic called fractions. I'm sure you have already done fractions, and I see you are also busy with fractions in your Thai class. So it should go quite smoothly. Today will be a refresher, and I would like to get some answers from you guys. So I'll ask you all the answers, and we will do the problems together. First things first, let us first have some news I have to share. We have to write a test for mathematics as well. Oh, that's bright. So our test will be about unit 1. Unit 1. It's adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, and writing some problems, math problems. So that will be, today is what, the 6th? No, it's not the 7th. Let me change. Oh, sorry. Just a moment. Let me just change the date. Okay. So our due date will be the 14th. So next week, Wednesday. Is it next week, Wednesday? Yes, next week, Wednesday will be the due date. So we have to complete it by then. Okay. I'll send the link later on. I first want us to start doing some mathematical problems. So, fractions. What do you know about fractions? Who can tell me? What is a fraction? What is a fraction? Who can tell me?
Student, what you know fraction?
What is
เศษส่วนเหรอ
In English. Student know in Thai.
a fraction is a part of a whole number. Part of a whole number. When we have one thing or one object and we take a small part of it away, we call that a fraction of the object. So it's not a whole number. Firstly, this is the type of problems you're going to look at: adding, subtracting, multiplying, and division. For adding and subtracting fractions, we have two numbers. The number above the line is called the what? Who knows the English word? A nice big English word. Who knows it? It's called the what? Time for me to use my tactics here. Let me first draw our little hangman. And let's see. Someone give me a letter. Someone give me a letter. Anyone, give me a letter. One letter. Quickly, give me a letter.
A. Can you Thai?
A.
L.
L.
L. Oh.
U.
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 Okay, good.
Well done, well
Next.
done. Next one. Give me a letter, anyone.
Quickly.
S.
S.
Again, S.
S.
Yeah.
This one or this one?
S.
S. Okay, but both of them we do not find. But I'll only subtract one. One more letter. Let's see how fast we can get it. Come on, come on.
Quickly.
T.
T.
A T is here.
Yeah.
The top part of the fraction. So remember we're talking about this number. What do we call this number? So give me more letters. We are doing well. Give me more letters. I'm gonna ask next. Mobile, give me a letter. Mobile, give me a letter. Come on, students, come on. Let's see how fast we can do it.
Mobile.
Let's try and work together here. Just giving a
Can
letter.
you
Or send it in chat if you're scared to talk. I'm wanting a letter. Someone else give me a letter.
ตัว M. M.
N or a M?
M. M.
M for monkey.
Yes. M.
Oh, I need one more letter. I need one more letter. Wait. I have not enough letters. So we had the U, we had the M. What else do we have? Is that it? Okay, give me some more letters. Some more letters. Come on, give me a letter. Give me a letter. Why is it taking so long?
O.
Oh, next one.
R.
R. Yes, R. Next one. Two more. There we go, two more. What do we think?
S.
S is already here. We already have an S. If you look at the screen, then the word stands there. A numerator. A numerator. Almost got it. Numerator. That's our top part of the fraction. The top part of the fraction is the numerator. And what is the bottom part called? Anyone? The bottom part? The denominator. The denominator. Okay. So now that we know what the numerator and denominator is, let's watch a video explaining how to add and subtract fractions. Oh, just a moment. Oh. Stop share. Share, new share. Okay. Let's have a lesson. what they say here.
This is how the least common multiples found. Write a list of each denominator's multiples down. The smallest number you can find in both of them is the least common multiple, aka the LCM.
The least common multiple can also be called the least common denominator, or LCD. It stays the same, and the difference are the sum when you subtract or add two fractions.
3/6 of a pizza minus 1/4. Find the LCM, which is 12, of course.
12 is the least common denominator.
Make equivalent fractions,
6/12 and 3/12.
then do the subtraction.
6 minus 3 is 3.
3/12 of a pizza at the pizzeria.
Find the least common multiple, that's the first action. Next is finding equivalent fractions. Then do the addition or subtraction. Simplify like an automatic reaction.
2/4 of a pizza plus 1/5. It smells so good, we had to give it a sniff. The LCM was 20.
The new denominator,
We found equivalents quickly.
10 20ths plus 4 20ths.
14/20ths of a pizza at the pizzeria.
Find the least common multiple, that's the first action. Next is finding equivalent fractions. Then do the addition or subtraction. Simplify like an automatic reaction.
5/6 of a pizza minus 1/3. I knew the LCM was 6. And have you heard?
It's also called the least common denominator.
I found equivalent
5
fractions.
6 then 2 6.
Then I did the
5
subtraction.
minus 2 is 3.
3/6 of a pizza at the pizzeria.
Yum yum yum. Find the least common multiple, that's the first action. Next is finding equivalent fractions. Then do the addition or subtraction. Simplify like an automatic reaction.
Okay, so that was just a quick video just explaining what we need to do with our denominators. When we want to add or subtract fractions, the one most important rule that we have is the denominator, the number at the bottom, has to be the same. You look at example 1 here, the number at the bottom has to be the same. That's rule 1. That's rule 1. What is rule 2? Rule 2 is what we do at the bottom, we do at the top. So if we multiply at the bottom, we have to multiply on top. Okay. Let's do some of these. The ones on the first page, let's quickly go through. We are on page 44, at the bottom. I want us to quickly run through these answers. Very quickly, we will do a couple. Number 1, if we have 3/5 plus 1/5, what's our answer? What's our answer? Class students, what's our answer? Who can tell me? 3/5 plus 1/5. What is our answer? What do we have on top? What do we have on top?
4.
4/5.
4/5. Very good.
4 and 5.
Number 2. What is 5/6 minus 1/6?
4/6.
4/6. Excellent work. What about number 5? 5/8 minus 3/8. Is what? 5/8 minus 3/8 equals
1.
1. Are you sure? What is 5
2.
minus 3? 5
2 over
minus
8.
3 equals
เรื่องเลขบวกวันนี้ไม่ได้ดูเลยอ่ะเลขบวก
2 over 8.
2 over 8.
What about
Only
number
over.
7?
ถ้าตอบวันวะ
6 over 15 plus 5 over 15 equals
1 over 15.
11หรือเปล่าวะ
what over 15?
no
11.
11
Let's do number 8. What is 7 over 16 plus 16 over
10 over 16
10?
10 over 16.
10 over 16. Very good. So these are the basics for adding and subtracting. Our denominator, the bottom, must be the same always. When we add and subtract, the denominator must be the same always. Remember. Okay, let's see what we have on next page. So what do we do if the denominator is not the same? What do we do if the denominator is not the same? Plus 1 over 3. 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. How will we solve this problem? How will we solve this mathematical problem? The denominator is not the same. What do we do? Who can tell me? Let me hear what you think. Let me hear what you think. How do we solve this problem? I know you know the answer. I've seen you do these problems. So what do we think? Anyone, give me the first step. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do with the 2 and the 3? We have to find our lowest common multiple or lowest common denominator. So a multiple means what a number can be times by. So if we look at 2, we have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And for 3, we have 1, 3, 6, 9, 12. What's the last one? 15. So which ones are the same? Which number is the same? This is for 2 and this is for 3. Which of these numbers here are the same? Which 2 numbers are the same? Which 2 numbers are the same?
6 and 1.
6 and 1. We usually don't use 1 at all because then we have to divide. We'll rather multiply a little bit easier. So now we have 6. So 6 is going to be our lowest common multiple and lowest common denominator. So if we, where's my format thing here? If we carry on with this problem here, we'll see we have to have 6 at the bottom and we have to have 6 at the bottom because the denominator must always be the same. Always be the same. So what did we do with the 2 to get to 6? What did we do with the 2 to get to 6? Who can tell me? How did we get from 2 to 6? How did we get from 2 to 6? Who can tell me? By multiplying with what number? What number are we multiplying? What number?
3.
3. Yes, 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. What did we do with the 3? What did we do with the 3? We multiply by
2.
2.
2. Yes, we multiply by 2. Very good. So, what did we say was rule number 2? Rule number 2 is what you do at the bottom, you have to do at the top. So, what that means, if we have the 2 here on the left hand side, if we multiply it by 3, it means we have to multiply the top by 3. So what is 1 times 3? 1 times 3 equals 1 multiplied by 3. Ooh, very slow this morning. So what are we going to do with the 1 up here? What are we going to do with the 1 up here? Who can tell me? We have to multiply it by how much?
2.
By 2. Yes. 1 times 2 equals 2. So what will our answer then be? What will our final answer be?
5/6.
5/6 is our final answer. Okay, that's a basic one. Let's look at a little bit more complex one. A little bit more difficult one. So if you have a problem like this, only 10 more minutes. Okay, I will let you know when we have to switch the video. So when we have a problem like this, what do we have to do first? Number 1, what do we have to do? Who can tell me? What do we have to do? We have to change our denominators. We have to change our denominators. Why? Why do we have to change them? Who can tell me? Who can tell me what's rule number 1? What's rule number 1? Oh, sorry. Come on, we're doing this. Come on, what's rule number 1? For adding and subtracting? Denominators have to be the same. It has to be the same. So if we want the denominators the same, we need the same multiples for 9 and for 11. So let's start. What's the multiples of 9? 1, 9. Or what's next? What do we have
18.
next? 18. Then
27.
Yes, then,
36,
and then,
48,
sure. 45. What's after 45? 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. Let's 10. Let's look at 11. 11 we have 1, we have 11, we have 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77. Do you see it becomes a long process if we want to do it this way? Can you see that it becomes a long process? What other method can we use to get the lowest common denominator? The lowest common denominator the same. What other method can we use to make the denominators the same? Do any one of you know? Do we know? Who can tell me? We take the 11 and the 9, and what do we do with them? We multiply them. We multiply them. Why? Because if we multiply them, we automatically get the same denominator. What is 11 times 9? What is 11 times 9?
99,
99. Very good. Very good. It's 99. So if we have our lowest common denominator of 99, what are we going to do with the 7 and the 4? What are we going to do with the 7 and the 4? Ooh, what do we think? What do we do with the 7 and the 4? What is rule number 2? What we do at the bottom, we have to do at the top. Have to do at the top. But can we multiply the 7 and the 4 together? No, no, we cannot. We cannot do it. We cannot do that. That would be a mistake. Okay, we cannot multiply the 7 and the 4 when we are adding. No. We have to look at our first one, the 11. What did we do with 11 to get to 99? We multiply by what? For 11 to get to 99, we multiply 11 by what? By 9. Multiply 11 by 9. What did we do with the 9 to get to 99? What did we do with the 9? We multiply with? What number? What number? Number 11. Is everyone still with me? Do we understand? Do we understand what's going on? It's important to understand. So the 11 denominator, we multiply by 9 to get to 99. So what we do at the bottom, we must do at the top. So this 9, we have to multiply by 7. And this 11, we have to multiply by 4. So what is 7 times 9? 7 times 9. Anyone? 7 times 9. What is 7 times 9?
63.
63. Very good. And 4 times 11?
44.
44. What is 63 plus 44?
107.
107 over 99. Is this problem finished? Have we solved this problem now? Have we solved it completely? Are we allowed to leave our fractions like this? Are we allowed to leave them like this? No, we are not allowed. We have to make them smaller. We have to make them smaller. I will show you how to now. But the video is going to turn off in 1 minute. So let me just quickly stop this video and then I'll start a new one. So please join the new video, okay? Before it cuts us. So I'm going to end this one and I'll start a new one. So please join the new one.